Hey, Crimson Tide fans, come on in. Let's huddle up and talk about the SEC championship game. You've sent me some questions regarding the game. Cubba has them, so let's get right to them.
All right, first question is from Olog. How do you feel Bama's O-line will do against UGA's D-line?
Our offensive line is going to be critical in this game, as it is in every game. If we can negate the penetration from those rushers that Georgia has, getting through there and breaking up our running play before it gets to the line of scrimmage, or rushing McCarron in the passing game, if we can negate that penetration, we'll be successful offensively.
Okay, well, Lou is asking, how will Alabama control the clock with its offensive game plan? What would you do?
Well, if you wanted to advance the ball on the ground and you were able to every single play, you would run the ball. You would never put it in the air. You'd keep the ball away from the other team by running it, using up the clock, and by scoring points at the same time. But you know what? Georgia's not going to let that happen. What we're going to do is have to mix the run game and the pass game to our advantage, and McCarron's the guy that can do that with his experience.
Okay, well, Bird is wondering, what impact do you feel Chris Black will have in the game? Will he catch some balls or just free up others by his potential?
Chris may have a major impact in this game, you see. He's the one guy that Georgia hasn't seen yet. If Georgia decides to try and double receivers somewhere, it won't be doubling Black. On the other hand, if Georgia decides to send pressure and try to blitz, our receivers will be one-on-one, and A.J. will have to make the right decisions on where to throw the ball.
And, by the way, we were impressed with Black and what he had to say about being a team player, right?
Oh, yes, folks. As you're probably aware, this gentleman's been injured, Mr. Black has, for the season, and to sacrifice another year to be able to play 2 games, he didn't hesitate. He said, wait a minute, I want to help the team. Now, you tell me how I can help this team and I'll do it. So he stepped right up there. Nice going, Chris. And if you do get in that ball game, buddy, I hope you have the game of your life.
All right, we all do. Fourth question is from David. If the game comes down to quarterback play, who has the advantage, A.J. or Murray?
Well, of course I'm going to say A.J. because he's been in a couple of big games, you know. Of course, Georgia's, they've been in some pretty big games. But Murray is the most efficient passer in the country, according to statistics. So this young man has a lot of confidence, some gifted receivers and running back. It remains to be seen what's going to happen. I'm pulling for A.J., of course.
All right. Well, the last question is from Mike. Who has the defensive advantage?
I don't know, Mike. I like to think the Crimson Tide does. Statistically, we do. But on this given day, I think our defense is going to be tested one-on-one back there in the secondary by some really good receivers and an efficient quarterback. We need to get pressure. The defense is a team. You know, the secondary is only going to be as good as the pressure we get up front and how the linebackers cover. Hopefully our defensive unit will play an outstanding game.
Well, let's hope so.
I hope so, folks. I'll be watching that game right along with you, and I'll be tweeting during the game. So, until after the game, it is Roll Tide. I'll be back at you again soon. Ready? Break.